What's up, guys? This is Focus Motion. I'm doing a hand review that was recently played out a couple nights ago against fellow colleague TJ, and we did a little battling on PLO10 on H.com for the Merge Network, and it looks like I don't know. For the most part, I'm playing really aggro and trying to represent human holdings, but after I reviewed the hand a couple times, I realized my line was really weak, and so I'll just go play by play on what I was thinking at the time, what I think I was thinking at the time. Obviously, in hindsight, I played it rather poorly, but without further ado, let's go ahead with the hand. And this is in Holder Manager, so you can see the different stats that are shown up here. Real quick rundown: River Rat from the Paris was very aggro. In the end, after TJ left, I was able to stack him, River Rat. So that was cool. So I was actually up, which was nice because dang, it was. It's not good to be stuck a couple buy-ins. So in the end, it went okay, and I got my stack back from River Rat and more. So thank you, River Rat. Brown Cow is somewhat decent, but this is a PLO10 game, and max buy-in is $10. And so if you're buying in for short, chances are you're a weak player or you just don't have the bankroll to play, and either one of those aspects is not good if you're playing at higher limits. You'll be losing a lot of money playing scared money and so forth. So yeah, so brown cow. As you can see in my symbol here, it says fish, and as well as we were at fish too. And TJ had the little lion, which means beware. Okay, so I'm in the small blind with suited to the ace, somewhat connected all the way around. You know, the ace four, the four six, the six eight, 4-6-8. Not that good of a hand, and in all honesty, I should have folded it, even though TJ min raised. The one thing TJ likes to do is he likes to apply pressure pre-flop min raises, which doesn't necessarily indicate strength, but at the same time, he is min raising and he's in position. So if I do call, I'm out of position. So in hindsight, since TJ raised, I would have preferred a pot re-raise, simply because um, I'm aiming for him to fold more often than call, and yeah, I don't like it. I mean, if I'm gonna play this kind of, I'm either raising it, then see betting the flop, or just folding pre-flop. So obviously that's why I didn't do. So let's take a look at what happens pre-flop. Okay, so it's a family pot. No surprise there. River Rat and Brown Cow come along. Uh, Brown Cow cold calls for 20, and I and I call along, and then I assumed River Rat was gonna call, take it on 10 cents more, and he did. The flop is somewhat favorable for me. I have a gutter ball plus the nut flush draw. And one second. Alright, so let's pause real quick. I get my nephew some breakfast. Alright, so as I was saying, so I'm in first position, which is the horrible spot to be. I'm acting first in every street. I do look down and I see I have the nut flush draw, which is okay, and I also have I don't have a gutter ball. Sorry about that. I have actually a up and down. So in this situation, I prefer a check raise in this spot. Given the fact that it's more likely that I can push people out, because when you check raise, that really indicates a lot of strength. And I'm assuming someone's gonna bet out, most likely TJ, because he raised pre-flop, but he's gonna do a C bet most often than not. I would say about 80% of the time on his board here. Given the fact that we can see he has Jack 5 suited, that's prevalent, so he should be doing that. So in this spot, I prefer a check raise, and it doesn't look like I do that. So let's take a look what happens. Okay, so TJ bets, which folds out brown cow, which is nice. Now I just flat, which I think is horrendous because I have a lot of equity I have open ender. My outs are clean because it's spades. I have a nut flush. So any deuce, any seven. And it just, if I do that, I should be able to take down this pot on the flop most often than not. And I really don't want to invite anybody else to come along because there's no point. I really want to take the pot down now. And a lot of cards can hit the turn that can improve a lot of people's cards. I mean, it could be you know, any heart comes off. Anybody has threes will have trips if a three comes off. So just a lot of things that look bad on my end. So a 10 comes off, it gives somebody more of a wrap. So I really don't like this line where I just called. And so let's see what happens on the turn. So the 10 comes off, and that's not exactly a good card for me, because now it gives somebody, an up or down or a wrap of some sort. And obviously, we can see TJ's, his hand improved. He now has up and down, he has overpair. His flush draw is not clean because I have the nut flush, and he has a pair of fives. So he has a lot of outs against me. And as you can see, equity-wise, percentage-wise, I'm 33% favored to win by the river, and TJ is 68% to win by the river. Now, granted, I don't know what he has during the hand, of course. All I do know is that right now, I have an open ender and a flush draw, but then now my open ender is kind of crippled somewhat because of the 10-9. So now almost like a gut shot. So now my clean out for the straight would be a 2. Of course, any spade comes off would help me out too. So I'm looking pretty bad. And in this spot, I should be check folding. Now let's get check. Let's see what happens. Okay, so I'm not quite sure why I did this. I mean, it's almost like a delayed check raise. It should have been on the flop versus the turn. TJ fired out $1 into 2. And so much as I know about TJ, he likes to do a lot of betting in position, which is good. You apply pressure either if you have or you don't, or if you're on a draw. In this scenario, he has an overpair, but he's also on a draw, so it's not that bad. I decided to check raise here. I'm not quite sure. I mean, I thought maybe I could take it down on the turn, but if you look at TJ's hand, he's not going anywhere. I mean, he has an open ender. In his eyes, he has a clean flush draw. When a spade hits on the river, he's not going to like it too much, but I mean, he might call maybe a half side bet, maybe not a pot side, but who knows. And I decide to check raise. And I think the reason why I took that line, because I said any card that hits the river, I'm going to jam it. And so that's the line I took for that. I mean, if you have a line and you can go with it, might as well go with it. So I decided to do that. That's why I did the check raise at the time. And then, but in hindsight, I should have check raised the flop. Okay, so let's see what happens. So TJ decided to call. Now I have 498, and the pot's about $12. TJ has about $4. So pretty much pot odds dictate you call pretty much any hand. I felt like the 5 was a harmless card. I felt like he didn't have a 5. So I decided to push it in. Obviously, I have nothing. So my hope was that the 5 would throw him off and he would fold. But I just didn't like the hand I played was really bad, horrible. But that was my thinking. That's why I jammed the river. And he snaps. And he takes it down with trip 5. So in hindsight, this should have been an easy fold. It should have been a check raise pre-flop, maybe pot the flop. Or if I decided to do this line, I should have just called pre-flop and check raise the flop. But I like to check raise pre-flop and then pot the flop. It puts a lot of pressure on TJ, even though he's in position. So, but yeah, TJ played the hand pretty straightforward. He was never really behind. And I tip my hat off to you, TJ. Good job. Hope you enjoyed my stack. Alright guys, we focus motion, and I'll be posting more videos in the future. Make it a powerful day. Peace.